All right, peace of Christ to all of you. And today we start our first episode of 15 minutes with Islam every day, except the day of Sunday. However, one of you, he said to me that there is a Muslim Shia is going to debate me this coming Wednesday. Therefore, if he confirmed to me that the debate will be in this coming Wednesday, that means we will do at 4 p.m. 15 minutes, and then I will start again at 4:30 to debate with this Shia. Is more than welcome, and I hope we will see him soon. Now, uh, the topic today is about evolution, and as long only we have 15 minutes, let us go for this topic. The Muslims are very confused people, and their religion is a mix of religions. You see, if you ask any Muslim who is the first man Allah created, they will say to you he is Adam. But suddenly I found Muslims believe that Adam is not the first man, which is really amazing how this religion is. What is the like structure of this religion? Why Muslims believe that Adam is the first man, and then we find Muslims make an article saying Adam is not the first man? If you read with me this article, as long we don't have much time to go over it word by word, you will see amazing. I don't like to use the word stupid sometime, but I have to. They claim that when Adam and Eve were still in paradise, someone was on earth already shedding blood and causing mischievement. Why? They are quoting from chapter 2 verse number 30. So the Muslims, because their Quran is very confusing, and the author of the Quran, he is making a stupid statement, they are thinking, okay, as long that the angels, they are saying to Allah, are you going to create someone who will do mischievement? But look what the verse, they quote for us their own choice of a verse, and here you will see how ignorant they are. They are just saying in the line up that obviously based on this verse there is a group of people, or they are a human being before Adam were created. Why? Because of this verse. But look what this verse is saying. In the top they said, when Adam and Eve were still in paradise, someone on earth was already shedding blood. Why you get this conclusion? Because they said, and your Lord said to the angels, I will make a successor on earth. The reason for the Muslims, by the way, to be confused here, because the one when they collect the Quran, there is two words depend in the recitation or the reading. As you know, the Muslims, they have many recitation for the Quran, which means there's many Quran. So here the word is Khalifa. Let me switch to Arabic. The word is used here, Khalifa. Khalifa is the same the word you use like caliph, the same word exactly. Khalifa means a successor. This is why they call the one who succeed Muhammad a successor. So Khalifa, so they are saying to themselves, if this is if Adam is the first one, how the Quran says the first, Allah is going to create a successor? And they are right in this, because the one who wrote the Quran is an idiot, for a very simple reason. You see, when the Arabic is written, there was no dots. So here, if I put two dots next to the dot here, let me show you the other word, which is the in the other reading of the Quran. The real word was khaliqa. So is it khalifa or khaliqa? Khaliqa means creation. That makes sense. Now, what is the difference between khalifa and khaliqa? Nothing but a dot. But remember, when Islam was created, or the Quran supposedly collected, there was no dots. So the word written, both of them, they are the same. There's no different. So if I write now using my mouse, and excuse me for my writing is not going to be perfect because I'm using my mouse. All right. So it was like this. There's no dot here, and there's no two dots here. And now the confusion is because if it is one dot here or two dots, the two dots will make it a creation. The one dot will make it successor. So because the one who collect the Quran, who wrote the word wrongly, Now the Muslims are confused. They are saying to themselves, how the Quran says Allah will make a successor if there is nobody yet? So Adam, based on this verse, he is going to be a successor. He is not the first man. And this is not the fault of the Muslims. This is the fault of the stupid writer, or the one who wrote the Quran. And then the Muslims after that, they did not correct the mistake. And actually I can show you tons of reference of how the Muslims they disagree about this word, if it's Khalifa or Khaliqa. Some of them they say it is Khaliqa, some of them they say it's Khalifa. And as you see, both of them they are written exactly the same way. The only difference between them is the dots. If we take those dots, you know, then the problem will go. So what we have here, we have one of the other version of the Quran, and which is, I believe, the original. What the Quran is saying, Allah, he said he is going to create a successor, and the Muslims they are confused about it. However, you know, we know that Islam is not only based in the Quran, and we know that the Muslims they don't take only the Quran to compare it. I mean, to be the everything to be judged with it. We have the Hadith. So why the Muslim do not use the Hadith to find out what Muhammad is saying or what he mean about this? Because as you know, interpretation can be vary between person to person, between sect to sect. Shia they have interpretation different from the interpretation of Sunni, and the same. There's thousands of Islamic sect. All of them are confusing. And here they say to you, well, don't you see that Allah he says, do you see your semen? So Allah is the one who created the semen. That's not true. You see, this is metaphorical. The first creation was Adam and Eve, and then from Adam and Eve was the semen. So everyone, but it's not their fault again. It is the fault of the author of the Quran, who starts saying, sometimes he say I created you from dust, sometimes he says I created you from semen. So which one? Because semen is not your creation. You created the first man, and the first man you gave him ability to make semen. It's not you who's making semen. So it is not the fault of the Muslims, but I find it very funny that trying to make that this is about evolution, because the evolution of the Quran is very, you know, is the opposite direction of the evolution of science. Why? Because according to the Quran, as we know that Allah he made it from the human monkeys. If you remember the story where a bunch of Jews they did fishing in Saturday, Allah he cursed them and he made them pigs and monkeys. So the Muslims obviously they are really so confused and they have no idea what to do with their own religion, and because of that, you know, like, okay, this verse say this and that verse says this, so how we can match between them, how we can make this happen, how we can make both work? There's contradiction obviously. So either Allah he created me from mud, or he created me from dust, or he created me from sperm. Which one? Allah when he say, do you remember when I created you from a sperm? Okay, but he did not create him from a sperm. You created Adam and you created Eve, and you gave ability to Adam and Eve to recreate. So the Muslims, because of that, they are very confused, and they are, you know, they are like going in, let us say, in a mad mood. You know, like when you have a virus go inside your computer and computer start like having pop-up windows and things go crazy, and you do not know what to do and what's wrong. This chapter in front of us, chapter 2 verse number 65, it says it clearly that those who they broke the Sabbath, Allah he made them pigs and monkeys. So the evolution of Islam is totally the opposite of anything about to do with science. And me myself, I don't believe in the stupid evolution of Darwin, because it is actually, first, it's a racist thing, secondly, it's just stupid, and there is no proof of it except theories, and until now it's just theory. However, you agree with me or not, this is not what Islam is teaching. So the Muslims, because they are so desperate to find a miracle in their Quran to say that Allah he spoke of evolution, they come with this. Now to get the Muslim busted with all this speech they are making, we will go to the Hadith and we will show you what the Hadith says about the evolution. If you see here, let us go here. Let us see the evolution which the Muslims they said that the ancestor they used to look different, etc. Muhammad he confirmed that Adam is the same he was created before, is the same as he created today. He says here, Abu Yahya said, don't say may Allah make your face such and such, like ugly, etc. Muhammad, he said to them, don't say that, because Allah, he made Adam in his image. And by the way, this is something he copied from the Bible, where it says that God, he made Adam in his image. But the Muslims, they have different understanding. They say that this is mean that nothing changed. However, as long as the Muslims, they believe in that, we will go with it, no problem. So why you are saying to me and lying to yourself and saying we believe in evolution and there was a group of people before him? So the first man was Adam. Here you will see that the Prophet said Allah created Adam in his picture 60 cubit, which mean according to your Prophet, we became small and we used to be 60 cubit, and the Muslim believe when we will go back to heaven we are going to be 60 cubit again. Now, just to show you something more confusing, Muhammad in the hadith, he said that the message of Allah said when Allah created Adam, he whipped his back, and every person that he created among his offspring until the day of resurrection fell out of his back. If you remember, this is the same hadith but with different spice about Allah. He hit the Adam in his right shoulder and he made the white people from there, and he hit Adam in the left shoulder and he made the black people from there, and the white people will go to heaven, and the one in the right, sorry, in the left, they are the black people, they will go to hell, and Allah, he said, I don't care. So we spoke about this hadith before. Now here you will see how Allah, he created all the seeds of Adam by hitting his back, and now after he hit him, he got all the creation in front of him. Look what it says. And this is why the Muslims, they have the most stupid prophet who says something have nothing to do. I mean, it's a madness, it's a contradiction. What this guy is saying, that we are created, all of us, when Adam was alive. All of us. Read with me. So when he did hit him in his back, and every person that he created among his offspring until the day of resurrection fell out of his back. It's like, yeah, we are in a box and Allah, he hit the box and all of us, we came out immediately. And then he placed a ray of light between the eyes of every person. Then he showed them to Adam. What the heck? And then he said, Adam, he said, oh Lord, who are those people? He said, these are your offspring. He saw one of them where a ray between his eyes amazed him. Ooh, who is that? So he said, oh Lord, who is this guy? Allah, he said, this man is Dawood, which means David. I mean, what the Muslims are talking about? You're a prophet, he talk too much. He make too much fictions and he say too much stupid stories, and that will destroy all your logic and will make you look funny and make you look dumb. So, sorry, I don't mean to insult Muslims, but this is how your prophet is. This is a dumb story. You are created, me created in the same day Adam created. This is what the Quran is saying. So why in the world you Muslims don't read, don't educate yourself, and you don't see what your prophet is saying to you? The problem is the following. Many of you knows, and the most of you have no idea what Islam is about. Muslims are nation of copy and paste, and copy and paste nation are dumb nation. And welcome to Christian Prince, so you can learn from him. Feel free to copy my video. I will post this link under the video, so you can copy it and share it. May the Lord bless you all, and see you soon again tomorrow. 15 minutes with Islam. Discover Islam in 15 minutes without being politically correct. Thank you and God bless.